How's your resume looking, Mishka?
What?
Hi, I'm Alex. I'm currently a product manager in tech, and I'm teaching you all things about turning any resume into a product management resume. I had this video go viral on TikTok last year and felt like this topic of creating a product management resume deserved a deep dive. So this is everything I've been taught from business school and everything I've learned being a product manager bundled up into one video. And I'll show you the actual resume I used to land my first product management job with no experience. If you're watching this video, I'm going to assume you have the resume basics figured out. But here's the quick summary. You have a resume that looks something like this with these parameters. You're using an action result format and you have numbers in most of your bullet points. If not, check out the links below, which give you the building blocks for creating a great resume. The following advice is especially helpful for people who are completely new to product management. I'm talking no experience. See, there's this vicious cycle in product management that you need experience to get experience, and you need experience to get experience. I truly believe that anyone can become a product manager. It's just a matter of packaging up your experiences in the right way. And the first way to do that is by understanding the 6 PM skill areas, which we'll dive into in just a second. What you need to know right now is that each one of these skill areas corresponds to a skill set you need to showcase to get that first product management job. Depending on your background, you might be more skilled in one area versus another. If you're an engineer, you'll lean towards roadmap and engineering development practices. If you're a consultant, you'll lean towards cross-collaboration and data analysis. So before we tear apart my old resume, let's review the skill areas. Starting first with roadmap development and engineering practices. Product managers are in charge of evaluating feature requests, turning those requests into requirements, and passing those requirements to engineering. So for this skill area, you want to make sure you understand Agile, know how to write out requirements, and how to work with engineering to prioritize work. To showcase this skill, talk about any implementation work you've done, any project planning, or any work with an engineering team. Next is product sense. Product sense is probably one of the hardest skill areas to define, but one of the most important. Product sense is the idea that you can make decisions with limited information. You know the customer, your business, or your industry so deeply, you know how they'll respond to a particular business decision. Product managers naturally operate in a gray area. We never have 100% of the information to make a decision. Thus, the best way to showcase your product sense is making sure that you understand your business's, clients, or industry's strategic position in the wider market and are making responses appropriately. So this is when you want to take the larger view of the place or the organization that you work with and understand why they're making certain business decisions. To showcase this, you're going to want to talk about how you identified a business opportunity, no matter how small, improved a process at work, saved the company time or money, or you built something yourself. Following product sense up is influencing without authority. Although manager is in the title, green bean product managers don't manage anybody. But you need to get buy-in from various stakeholders in order to build what you want. Whether that's pitching to your manager or getting your engineering team to agree with you. That's influencing without authority. For this skill area, you need to show that you can make an argument and persuade others, especially when you don't manage them. To showcase this skill, you want to talk about any time you pitched an idea, and more importantly, that idea got approved. The next skill area is data analysis. Product managers can't just make decisions based on their gut. We typically need data to back up our decisions. For this area, experience using Excel, SQL, R, data visualization tools like Tableau. You need to be comfortable manipulating data to tell a story and fit your narrative. To showcase this skill set, you need to talk about times where you use data to make a decision. The next skill area is customer obsession. Product managers need to know 2 things: who their customer is, and what problems their customer has. If you don't know those 2 things, it's going to be really hard to be a great product manager. For this area, you need to show how you're bringing value to your customer or your client. You can showcase customer obsession by conducting interviews, running surveys, and ideally identifying a problem that they're having. This is when you want to talk about how you solve the problem. This whole idea can be simplified to identifying a pain point and providing a solution. And finally, cross-collaboration. Product managers work here at the intersection of tech, business, and design, which means if you want to get anything done, you have to work with a lot of people. Fortunately, most people in the world do not work in a vacuum. So chances are you have worked with somebody on something at some point in your life. So to showcase, you need to talk about any team project you did. And bonus points if you worked with people with different backgrounds like these. Okay, I just went through all that information. You're probably wondering, Alex, how do I make sure that that's on my resume? Let's actually apply it to our resume. The purpose of this exercise is to identify what we need to work on to get that product manager job. Let's pull up my old resume. I'm going through and assigning skill areas to each bullet point. Some of them represent more than one thing, and that's totally okay. You do not need any fancy software to do this exercise. I am using the highlighter tool in Google Docs. Now I'm going to count up the total number of bullet points and make a very basic calculator in Google Sheets to find the representation of each of the 6 skill areas. For this video, we're going to make a pie chart so we can easily look together. And for me, I wasn't drastically lacking in any area, but I can see that I should probably add references to engineering and roadmap development, data analysis, customer obsession, and product sense. So let's talk about updating the resume. First, we have to start with some self-reflection. Depending on what you're missing, sometimes it's just a matter of adjusting our experiences from one thing we did at a job to another. But sometimes there are things we need to learn, and we'll talk about that in a second. As you can see by my pie chart, I was lacking in 4 different areas, 2 of which, cross-collaboration and influencing without authority, are the easiest to address. For almost anyone, cross-collaboration and influencing without authority are 2 areas where you probably already have experience and don't need to go and learn anything new. Let's start with cross-collaboration. For cross-collaboration, you're going to want to answer these questions and then go back into your resume and figure out where you can add qualifiers such as worked or collaborated with teams. And then you can create bullet points that look like this. For influencing without authority, answer these questions and then add references to any time you got approval for something, whether that's an initiative, a program, or a project. And then you can create bullet points that look like this. I don't want to belabor the topic, so for the other 4 sections, you should pause and look at these questions and the example bullet points for engineering and roadmap development, data analysis, customer obsession, and product sense. And if you're reading those questions and saying, Alex, I literally don't know what any of those mean, do not worry. Let's talk about building out our skills. So where are you stuck? Never talked to an engineer before? Still don't know what product sense is? No worries, I got you. I created a Google Sheet that's linked below where you can find a mix of free and paid resources to learn these skills. Literally not sponsored, just a helpful guide down below. I recommend clicking through the links and using the resources that work best for you, whether that's YouTube videos, books, blogs, newsletters, courses. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Learning skills will take time, but by knowing where your gaps are, you'll be much better prepared to apply to product management roles in the near future. Most importantly, you need to take whatever you're learning and apply it at work or school. So whether that's learning how to manipulate data to make a killer presentation, or learning the basics of agile and engineering, or becoming a leader at a group project at school, you're going to want to take that experience and bring it back to your resume and go back to those questions I had earlier in the video. Finally, regardless of how you apply what you're learning, just knowing the product management lingo, that's literally half the battle to becoming a product manager. And that's my guide on how to create a product management resume. If you have any questions on anything I covered, leave a comment down below. And if you found any value in this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone, or hit the subscribe button. It helps me out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!